Technology, hey, technology. We are back. Okay, so Liverpool will return to the Premier League this Boxing Day to take on Leicester City, a team that's actually won the Premier League. But can the world champions get the better of their nearest and dearest? We'll talk about that and much more on a very, very, very merry special live at the second attempt Boxing Day Premier League predictions. Let's go for That's right, folks, back once again with another Premier League prediction video. A special one today, and we'll talk more about that in just a second. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Premier League related, Blackburn Rovers related, Cast the Cat Spectacular related, and World Football prediction all here under Warruski. That's right, folks. We'll talk more about my cast in just a second. If you've not checked out the video, you can relax yourselves a little bit. I'm not going anywhere just yet. So it's just Cass that is quitting the YouTube scene for the glitz and glamour of something else. Retirement, semi-retirement. But anyway, folks, what we're here to talk about is, of course, the Boxing Day Premier League fixtures, and we've got something a little bit special to talk about, and we'll get into that in just a little bit of detail in just a second. But before then, we're going to take a little look. Whoa, get over there, sunshine. Where am I? Let's get myself scooted over there onto the right-hand side so you can actually see what I'm talking about. You can't see that little blub mark. Get over there. There I am. And I'm going to grow a little bit bigger. So hopefully you'll join me. Hello, Liam Martin. Well, I think it's just you and me. It's just you and me watching the show. But it is a bit of a special one today because obviously Boxing Day is a couple of days away, and that's going to be a jam-packed schedule to talk about. And we're going to do something a little bit mind-bending. We'll take a look at it in just a second. But anyway, let's go over how we all got on the last round of matches. 0 to 3, you're in the shit-face gang. 4 to 6, you're in the straight-face club. And 7+, you're in the top banana, boys and girls. Can't really see the chat, so if you're in there, make sure you say hello, because this is going to be a very much interactive show. 7+, top banana. Let's go for it. So West Ham against Liverpool was a dead rubber. No game whatsoever. Didn't take place. So whatever you predicted doesn't really count. Everton against Arsenal, though, it was the two new managers. That's what everyone was talking about. But at the end of the day, they didn't have anything to play to do with the match whatsoever. And it ended up all square. A bit of a boring one in the end. Actually went with a 2-1 win. So not too great myself. Bournemouth against Burnley. That ended up as a 1-0 win for the six-fingered freakazoids. They took the win. I actually went with a 3-1 win for Bournemouth. So not too great on my end. Next up, Aston Villa lost at home to Southampton. 3-1 in the end. The Saints picked up a valuable away win in the end. Actually went with a 2-0 win myself for Villa. Got that one wrong as well. Brighton Hove Albion, they also lost to Sheffield United. Hello, Shepherd. Completely surprised me in the Premier League. They're doing absolute bits so far in the Premier League. And I think they're up to 5th. We'll take a look at the table in just a second. Actually went with a 2-1 win for Brighton, who were also on a good run of form at the moment heading into this. Fonzu Majala, welcome to the gang. Newcastle United, they also got another win under the belt. 1-0 win over Crystal Palace. Actually went with a 2-0 win on this one. Norwich against Wolves, that ended up as a 2-1 win for the away team. Wolves picking up a monstrous win for them to end the year quite strongly. 2-1 in the end. I got this one bang on the flipping nose, boys. Happy days with that bad boy. Manchester City did beat their, I guess, former Premier League winners Leicester City over at the Etihad. 3-1 in the end. Actually went with a 4-2 win myself on that one. Watford did pick up a victory as well, a surprise one to most, including me. 2-0 winners over Manchester United at Vicarage Road. Actually went with a 3-1 win for United. And Spurs lost. The student outmastered the master on this one, with Lampard picking up a 2-0 win against Jose. I went with a 3-1 win in the end. Hello, Pamela. Welcome to the gang. Welcome to the stream. So that's the results this time out. I got myself 3, which means I'm in the... No, I'm not in that. I'm actually in the poop face gang. Maybe I'll give myself a little bit of a benefit of the doubt. But no, I'm in the red face gang, and I'm not alone. I'm not alone this weekend because there is a lot of us in there. Let's kick it all off with Sean Hang. You're in the ship face gang. Vincent Hung, not too shabby though. Chisang Love, not too bad. Billy Spencer did pretty terrible for himself. Beat a soccer fan also joins us in the ship face gang. Ranjit Kaur with did okay for himself. Keith Dalmini, not too shabby. Mohammed Nuru is in the ship face gang. John Kedwood joins us as well. Andrew Lemwemba also in the ship face gang. Don Masumbo, pretty terrible for yourself. Jessica Westrand, not too well, no, she's also terrible. Raphael Jarrett, you did pretty terrible for yourself. Ariane Kuma with an edit, also pretty terrible. Sammy I do, also not too bad, also pretty terrible. 4 out of, 15 of us there? Absolutely They did okay. Jim Makos did absolutely terrible. Republic States Elite was pretty elite for this week. Did okay for himself. Sanders, pretty terrible as well. Thappa Ramus, you need to put a bit more effort in, Thappa Ramus. It's very difficult to do your predictions because I haven't got a clue who you're talking about and what order they're going in. So, but you're in the shitface gang as well. Shashin de Pravazad, also pretty terrible this past week. Tottenham fan 01 also did. Oh, you did okay for yourself. Epic Gamer didn't do epic. He did terrible. Leo Gare did absolutely terrible as well. Zlatan is God, but his predicting master is not. He's terrible as well. Byron Smith also did. He did okay for himself. Russell Frast, terrible. Holo Vlogs, awful. Omachi Monday, stinking. LG and Cal, though, what did you do? You did all right for yourself. Dean Stock, terrible. Some of you guys were so close to the massive poop stain. It was unbelievable. And a poop stain, if you ever see a poop stain, that means you got one. You get one. No, a poop stain means you got zero. And some of these guys were on the border of getting the poop. Shurish Limbu did terrible. Cody Cahoe, terrible. Yannick Bustler, stinking. Ultra Ober Murat, Liam Grayson, stinkers also. Brenda Show, wipe him, awful. Terrible. Stephen Sillig, also terrible. Okay, did not do okay. Did absolutely awful. Joe Turner, you did all right for yourself, though. Tharo, not too shabby as well. Callum, we're on a roll here. Three-peat, not too shabby. Zane B did, though. He breaks the trend with an absolute stinker. Roberto Hollis, not too shabby. Matthew CO2, for you, sunshine. We're into the last stretch here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I know we'll talk about the technical snafu in a minute. 333 SJ, you did all right for yourself. West Ham Ashton, we'll get to you in a minute. Jake Harvey, woohoo! There you are. You did absolutely terrible. But I want to appreciate the guys who do go the extra little effort with the goal scorers. But you did terrible. West Ham Ashton, terrible. No code drinker, not too shabby. And I think this is the last guy. James Rigby, terrible. In fact, he might have been very. I might have been a bit generous with his thing there. He might have got the poop stain. Yao for FVMP, terrible. Dominic Thomas with an edit, stinking. Roberto Hollis, not too shabby indeed. Woo! So that brings you up to date with all the predictions. So let's talk about the technical snafu. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I was all set up, ready to go for the stream. I pressed the button to say start streaming, but usually they give you another option, another button to press after that to go live. And then it just went live, and it kind of X'd out that the video or the stream earlier. So I had to recreate one on the fly. So we're running a little bit over, but before I've got lots to talk about today, so we've got to try and get it quick time because I've got the Rovers games on in a minute. So this is what the table looks like at the moment out in the Premier League. Liverpool lead the way, top of the pops, 49 points on the board. Leicester City are second. Manchester City are third, just 1 point behind. Chelsea up to fourth now, 6 points behind Manchester City. Sheffield United up to fifth, absolutely crazy. Villa, Norwich and Watford are going down. So so what we're going to do today, we're going to do something a little bit different. Hopefully you're all right with this, because we're going to, tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and we're going to do this spectacular live 2-hour bonanza, FA Cup predictions, all 32 matches, using Cast the Cat Digital. Now, I thought today I'll do a bit of a test run of the Cast the Cat Digital, which means she's going to do the predictions alongside us live, and you get to have a feel of what we're talking about. If you haven't seen the video, the I Quit video, it's Cast quitting, but this digital format's taken over the reins. So what I've done in my new simulator is I've got the whole match day, 19 laid out for us, and then we're going to go through game by game by game. Cass will do her own predictions while I talk about the games and the numbers that we usually do. Hopefully you're following along. If not, you'll see in just a second. So let me just line the sucker up and we'll get going. So let me move that over to this, and I'll cue it up, and we are going to start with Tottenham Hotspur against Brighton. Now the simulator's at the top. Once I press go, it will unleash, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So get set, get some popcorn, and you'll see what this 2-hour spectacular will be like tomorrow. And maybe we'll do this again for the championship predictions later on. Okay, so we'll see. So let's get going, and I will just want to queue us all up and get all my info ready. So we're going to talk about Tottenham Hotspur against Brighton. That's our first game, so get your predictions in nice and early. But before then, let's have a little look at what Cast the Cat thinks will happen in this one. So you can have a little look what we're talking about live, and away, hopefully, we go. So the balls are coming out nice and early. And the dark blue and white is Tottenham. The blue, white and blue are Brighton. So Cast the Cat currently thinks it's going to be a 2-1 win for Spurs. But we'll see how that all pans out once all the balls run through. Now, there's about 30 balls going through the simulator. We've seen a couple of crazy scorelines. 3-2 is a reasonably realistic scoreline. Hopefully, you can see all this coming on in. 3-2. So Cast the Cat thinks 3-2 to Spurs. So, and we're going to have to pause the simulator there while we talk about the game. So hopefully we'll get in a bit of a fluidity. Anyway, let's talk about the game itself. So Tottenham against Brighton in the last 6 encounters, 4 wins for Spurs, 1 win for Brighton. This match last season ended up as a 1-0 win for Tottenham. Now, the bookmakers' odds on this one, if I can get them to you, go a little bit like this. 11-20 for Tottenham, 24-5 for Brighton, 10-3 the draw. And a win for Spurs, who come into this 7th, could see them rise to 5th. And a win for Brighton could see them rise from 13th up to as high as 11th. So what have you guys got in the chat? Hopefully you can see. Hopefully you enjoyed that little tidbit by Cass, because she's got a whole load of them lined up for you. Jack Harvey's going with a 2-0 win for Spurs. Fonzu Majala with a 2-1 win for Tottenham. Chayla with a 3-1 win for Tottenham. Pamela Bircham's gone with a 2-0 win for Spurs. And Shepherd's gone with a 3-0 win for Spurs. I have gone for a big fat, I'll tell you right here, right now, I've gone for a 3-1 win for Spurs. Cass the Cat has gone 3-2 win for Tottenham. So how do you like those apples, boys and girls? How do you like those apples? It's a little bit chaotic here today, but hopefully we can continue on with the next one. So ploughing on into the next one, we're going to take a look at Bournemouth up against Arsenal, and this will be Mikel Arteta's first game in command of the Gunners. But they're going away down south to Bournemouth to take on a team that's in a bit of troubles at the moment. Is Bournemouth? Where are they in the table? They could be even relegation candidates. Just the 1 win out of 6 for Bournemouth heading into this. Arsenal, though, on the flip side, they are in 11th spot. 1 win out of 6 for them as well. A lot of draws knocking on doors for the Arsenal. The last 6 encounters between two sides has been 1 win for Bournemouth, 4 wins for Arsenal, 1 draw along the way. This match last season ended up as a 2-1 win for Arsenal. It was around about November time. Goal scorers on this day: Jefferson Lima with a big fat OG. Joshua King got the equaliser for Bournemouth, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang got the other goal as well. Arsenal have actually failed to win 9 of the last 10 matches in this one. So while you guys are going and thinking about that, and I'll queue up the simulator and see what Cass the Cat's got going on this one. While she's ploughing that through, we'll take a little look. The bookmakers' odds: 5-2 for Bournemouth, evens for Arsenal, 14-5 is the draw on this sucker. A win for Bournemouth could see them rise from 14th up to just 13th. The win for Arsenal, with 23 points on the board, could go up to as high as 7th, which would be above Spurs, or maybe even level with Spurs. Let's take a look at what you guys got in the chat while Cass is doing her bit. Looks like she's going with an Arsenal victory here with a 3-2 win. Che Lars going with a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. Fonzie Mujala with a 2-2 draw. Look at this barnstorming. Absolute barnstorming game. What a turnaround. 5-4 winners for Bournemouth for Cass. So Infinity Pilots go with a 3-1 win for Spurs. Chilla with a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. Fonzie Majala with a 2-2 draw. Shepard with a 2-0 win for Arsenal. Nasri's gone with a 2-2 draw. Ree's gone with a 1-0 win for Arsenal. Pamela Bertram's gone with a 1-1 draw. And Aston Villa Seal's gone with a 1-0 win. Bournemouth, Cass the Cat's gone with a 5-4 win for the mighty Bournemouth in a bit of a stormer there. Am I related to the Arsenal YouTube? I have no idea. No, I don't think so. Infinity Pilot with a 3-2 win for Arsenal over Bournemouth at the Liberty Stadium. For me, I'm actually going to go with a draw on this one, 2-2 in the end. Mikel Arteta's reign as a Gunners manager, will start with a draw, but Cass is going with a 5-4 win in the end. So let's queue up the next one. Coming at you, it'll be Aston Villa up against Norwich. Now, these two sides duked it out a fair few times over the years. The last 6 encounters, 3 wins for Villa, 3 wins for Norwich. This match last season was in the Championship. It was a 2-1 win for Norwich away from home. With Timu Pukki getting the goal, Mario Varanic also on the score sheet for the Canaries. Jonathan Kodja, the forgotten man, on the score sheet for Aston Villa. Villa have actually lost their last 4 matches in the Premier League. And while I give you the odds, I'll queue up Cass and I'll take a little look at where they come in the table. So Aston Villa come into this 18th at the table, 15 points on the board, 4 defeats on the spin. Hang on a minute, Cass. So she's actually gone Sheffield United. So this is where we've gone a little bit weird. It's gone a little bit wild. Maybe it's not working out. In fact, should we just let it roll? I don't know, because I can't really change the order of the cast. It's a bit of a chaotic stream here, if I'm honest with you. We'll run through the cast simulations at the end of it. They only take a couple minutes, and then we'll talk about the Villa game once again. So a win for Aston Villa. They come from 18th all the way up to just 17th, and a win for Norwich could see them battle above Aston Villa in the end. Both teams in search of a win, without a win in 5. Both of them heading into this. Bookmakers' odds. They go with, what do they go with on this one? The bookmakers' odds. They go with 11-10 for Aston Villa, 23-10 Norwich, 27-10 is the draw. What you guys got for me in the chat? Welcome, Charlie Anderson. You're not late. You're just in time to see the chaos unfold. Sheffield's going with a 1-1 draw. Aston Villa Seal has gone 5-1 win for Villa. Marquinhos win as well for Villa. Fonzu Majala with a 3-2 win for the Canaries. Infinity Pilot with a 7-goal thriller, 4-3 in the end. Palmer Bircham with a 5-0 win for Norwich. Stephen Selig with a 3-1 win for Aston Villa. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Aston Villa. Omar J. Monday is going with a 1-1 draw. Cannot separate the two sides whatsoever. Now, again, we're going to run through the cash simulations at the end. I can't do it because it's the order's just out of whack. I've got to bear that in mind next time we do. Yes, you got it, Ree. You got it, Chief. Daxi plays with a 2-1 win in the end. So make sure you stick around and to see Cass plough through it. We got to get through this. Rovers are on in just 20 minutes' time, folks. Okay, so next up we have Chelsea up against Southampton heading into this. The last 6 encounters between two sides. 5 wins for Chelsea, 1 draw, no wins for Southampton. This match last season actually ended up as a 4-1 win for Strap. That as a 0-0 draw. 0-0 draw in the Premier League. It was a 4-1 win when they played down at Southampton. Danny Ings. Just let's talk about Danny Ings for a second. Sorry, Aston Villa Seal. It's just the way I say it. It's just one of those things. But Danny Ings. Anyone think Danny Ings for England? He's actually on ripping it up at the moment, goal scoring wise for Southampton. I wouldn't bet against it at the moment. He'd probably get into the friendlies at the moment if they were happening right now. So Chelsea against Southampton. They did play down at St Mary's and it was a 4-1 win for Chelsea. But when they did play at Stamford Bridge, it was a 0-0 draw. Bookmakers odds on this one, they go 3-1 for Chelsea, 8-1 for Southampton, 17-4 is the draw. Southampton actually in 17th spot, a win for them. Could see them rise to as high as 13th. Chelsea are 4th, a win for them. Could close the gap to just 3 points for Manchester City in 3rd. Chelsea's form, though, is not great. Prior to the victory against Spurs, it was 4 games out of 5, but obviously now they go back to winning ways, and they might be able to turn the corner on this one. So what you guys got for me in the flipping chat skis? We got at the end. We got Charlie Anderson with a 1-0 win for the Saints. Daxi plays with a 2-1 win for Chelsea. Ree's gone with a 6-0 win. Mount hat-trick for Chelsea. Daxi plays 2-1 win for Chelsea. Jack Harvey. Nico's gone with a 3-0 win for Chelsea. Chayla with a 2-1 win for Chelsea as well. Pamela Bertram with a 3-1 win. Chayla with a 2-1 win for Chelsea. Shepherd's gone with a 2-0 win. Aston Villa, 5-4 win for Southampton. What will be penalties? I don't know. Nasri with a 2-1 win and Infinity Pilot with a 3-0 win for Chelsea on this one. What am I going for? What am I going for this one? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going for right now. All you guys going for Chelsea. I'm joining you. Yeah, that's right. We're going to go Chelsea 3-1 victors in the end over Southampton. And that win, again, could close the door onto Manchester City to just a couple. Fonzie Majala with a 4-2 win. Dominic Michael with a 1-0 win for Chelsea. Infinite Pilot with a 3-0 win. Fizzy Gamer with a 2-1 win. Looks like he's going for Chelsea as well. Next up, we have, let's get through some of these bad boys here. We have Crystal Palace up against West Ham United. Now, the last 6 encounters between the two sides has been 1 win for Crystal Palace, 2 for West Ham, 3 draws along the way. This match last season ended up as a 1-1 draw. Goals for Wilfred Zaha in the 76th minute. However, Mark Noble opened up the scoring on the 27th minute. Jersey Boys gone with a 3-2 win. Jack Harvey with a 2-2 draw. And that's the previous ones for the Chelsea game. The book, Crystal Palace actually come into this on a bit of not the greatest form in the world, without a win in 3. However, it's just 1 defeat out of 5 if you want to look at the grand pictures. West Ham, though, still struggling. 2 wins in the past 4 games for West Ham, not bad, but they need to be getting up there if they want to be considered for Europe, which is what they were talking about earlier in the season when they were looking pretty decent. Coming into this, bookmakers odds 5-4 for Crystal Palace, 11-5 for West Ham, 12-5 is the draw. What we got going on? We got Chila with a 1-0 win for Palace. Dexy plays with a 1-1 draw. Yes, sir, with a 2-1 win for Crystal Palace. Fizzy Gamer with a 2-2 draw. Ree's going with a 3-1 win for West Ham. Jersey Boys going with a 3-1 Palace. Fizzy Gamer with a 2-2 draw. Shepherd also going with a 2-2 draw. Fizzy Gamer, he loves the 2-2 draw. Marty Owen with a 1-1 draw. Fonzu Majala with a 5-0 win for West Ham. Pamela Bertram with a 2-0 win for Palace on this bad boy. It is a tough one to call. I'm actually going to go with a 2-1 win for Crystal Palace. Johan Penkto win with a 3-2 win. Fizzy Gamers again back in there. Palace win with a 1-0. Infinity Pilot with a 2-2 draw. Jack Harvey with a 1-1 draw. Aston Villa Seals going with West Ham 5-0 winners. There will be no watch-along, I'm afraid, because I think I'm a little bit, when I do watch-alongs, Rovers lose, so I'm not doing it. It's just against, I'm just going with the form. We need a win. Next up, we have Everton up against Burnley. That's also taking place on a Boxing Day. This is part of the 3 o'clock schedule. Let's take a look at those last 6 games. 3 wins for Everton, 3 wins for the Six-Fingered Freakazoids. This match last season ended up as a 2-0 win for Everton. Obviously, Carlo Ancelotti coming in, taking over the reins for his first match on Boxing Day. Last season, 2-0 win for Everton. Goals by Ben Mee, big fat OG, and a Seamus Coleman goal on the 20th minute. Burnley head into this. Where are they in the table? They are up to 10th at the moment. Back-to-back wins for them. Everton down to 16th. And actually unbeaten in 3. Big thanks to Duncan Ferguson for keeping them unbeaten in his 3 games. Will Carlos Ancelotti get off to a winning start as manager of Everton, or will those Six-Fingered Freakazoids do the number on them this time around? Let's take a look at the bookmakers' odds. 6-4 on for Everton, 17-4 for Burnley, 14-5 is the draw. A win for Burnley could rise above a lot of teams, go up to 6th in the table. Win for West Ham could see them rise to 13th. We got Daxi Plays with a 2-1 win for the Freakazoids. Ree's gone with a 4-0 win for Everton. Holo Vlogs going back a little bit with a 1-0 win for Crystal Palace. Chela with a 2-1 win for the Toffees. Aston Villa Seals gone with a 0-0 draw for the Crystal Palace West Ham game. Jersey Boys gone with a 0-0 draw. Shepherd's gone with a 3-1 win for Everton. Ifty Bar with a 3-2 win for Everton as well. Marty Owens going with the Toffees. 2-1 in the end. I think Everton will beat Burnley. Ergen Ardas has just gone straight up. He just thinks Everton will beat Burnley. Pamela Bircham with a 2-2 draw. Fonzie Vijala with a 0-0 draw on this one. For me, the Aston Villa Seals going in their 6th. 2-1 win for Everton. Jack Harvey, same scoreline with a 2-1 win. I'm going with a 2-0 win for Everton in the end, and hopefully that will get Ancelotti up and running and get Everton moving in the right direction. They need to be up there, don't they? They need to be battling with the big boys. So next up we have Sheffield United up against Watford. Now while we do that, we've got Cass here. She's ready and she's been waiting patiently, and we'll let that go through while we're talking about it. So Sheffield United up against Watford. Look at that, Watford with a 2-0 lead on this one. Last 6 encounters between two sides. 2 wins for the Blades, 3 wins for the Hornets, 1 draw along the way. This match, or the last time that these two sides did play at Bramall Lane, was back in 2010, would you believe it? It was a 1-0 win for Watford, with the one and only goal coming from Marvin Sordell, who's packed it in the end. Looks like Cass is going to go with a 3. Oh my goodness, we have a draw. Cass doesn't do draws, but she does them nowadays in the old interactive simulator. So 3-3 draw in the end for Cass. Hopefully you guys got your own picks in the chat. Sheffield United come into this winning the last 3 matches in the Premier League. Watford have actually lost their last 3 away matches, but come into this with their new manager, and Nigel Pearson's given them a big old managerial or a new manager bounce as they beat Man United last time out. The bookmakers' odds on this game, which takes place on Boxing Day as well, the usual kickoff, 6-5 for Sheffield United, 7-2 for Watford, 13-5 the draw. A win for Sheffield United could see them rise to 31 points, which would be just 1 point shy of Chelsea prior to kickoff. And a win for Watford could see them rise above Aston Villa in 18th spot. So Cass has gone with a draw. What have you guys got in the chat? Let's have a little look, shall we? We're going to kick it all off with Ree with a 2-1 win for Watford. Chela with a 3-1 win. Fizzigaman with a 1-1 draw. Aston Villa Seals going with yeah, we know about that. Hello, Promise Fabian. Welcome to the gang. Daxi Plays with a 2-1 win for the Blaze. Jersey Boy with a 3-0 win for Sheffield United. Mythic Gamer with a 3-0 win as well. Pamela Bircham with a 3-2 win for Sheffield United. Fonzie Mujala, same scoreline. Infinity Pilot with a 2-2 draw. Aston Villa Seals going with a 4-3 win. 7-goal bonanza. Watford picking up the win. Fizzy Gamer with a 1-1 draw. Marty Owen with a 3-1 win for the Blaze. Jack Harvey with a 2-1 win. Shepherds has gone with a 1-0 win for Sheffield United. I think you are an ostrich. Yeah, that's one of his old catchphrases, isn't it? Back in the day. For me, I'm actually going to go with a what am I going with? A 2-1 win for Sheffield United. So I'm up against Newcastle United. Obviously, earlier in the season, Newcastle put the numbers on Manchester United with the victory. It was a 1-0 win in the end. But this match last season ended up as a 3-2 win for Manchester United. Despite going 2-0 down to Newcastle, they won 3-2 with goals from Mata, Martial, Sanchez. Kennedy and Muto got the goals for Newcastle with the early lead on this one. Manchester United actually undefeated in the last 7 home matches in the Premier League, so they look good at the moment. Bookmakers odds on this one, 3-1 on for Manchester United, 70-2 for Newcastle United, 70-4 is the draw. United come into this obviously on the back of a defeat. They're down in 8th spot at the moment, just 2 wins at the past 6 for them. Newcastle though, they're up to 9th. Holy crap, where did that come from? 1 defeat out of the past 5 for them. 3 wins out of 4 for Newcastle. They look decent at the moment. So Stevie Bruce has got them moving in the right direction despite all those, the hoodoo, or everyone, including myself, had Newcastle going down. But they're doing absolute bits. And if they win this game against United, they could go up to 5th, depending on what goes on elsewhere. So what we got in the chat, we're going to go with we're going to kick it all off with flipping Infinity Pilot with a 2-0 win for Manchester United. Reed with a 1-0 win for Newcastle. Daxi plays with a 3-1 win for United. Fizzy Game with a 1-1 draw. Landon Harpin's gone with a 2-1 win for Sheffield United. Jersey Boy with a 2-1 win for the Toon. Holo Vlogs with a 3-1 win for United. Manchester United Fizzy Game with a 1-1 draw. Again, he sneaks in there with those. Pamela Birchall with a 1-0 win. Man U 1. Okay, Blessings Chavinga with a 3-1 win for Manchester United. Chela with a 2-1 win for Newcastle. Mythic Gamer with a 3-1 win for Man U. Landon Harpin with 2-0 United. Aston Villa Seals going 7-0 for Newcastle United. That's more like a cash scoreline for me. Fonzie Mujala with a 2-0 win for the Toon. Pamela Bircham, 1-0 United win. Jack Harvey with a 3-1 win for Manchester United. Shepherd's going with a 3-2 win for the Devils. Martial with a 2-1 win for the Manchester United as well. And Aston Villa Seals already jumping the gun. 2-2 Nasri. So I'm going to go with a big fat 3-1 win for Manchester United on this one. They will bounce back. Obviously, a bit of a tough pill to take against Watford this past match day, but they'll bounce back with this one. And a win for Manchester United could see them rise to 28th, back up to 5th, depending on what goes on elsewhere. Next up, we have Leicester City up against Liverpool. Now, Leicester City have something Liverpool are after, and that is the Premier League title. Now, these two sides are first and second in the Premier League at the moment. Liverpool with 10 points clear. Leicester City are in second, 39 points. Leicester City's form heading into this, just the 1 win out of 3 for them. Liverpool, though, 6 out of 6. Just 1 blip, and that is the draw against United. However, they come back into this on the back of a bit of a long travelling from Qatar. Lots of going on, all the games in such a short space of time. But can they bounce back straight against Leicester City and pick up the big fat W and continue their impressive start to the Premier League? This match last season ended up as a 1-1 draw. That's right. Goals from Sadio Mane in the 3rd minute. Harry Maguire with the equaliser in the 45th minute. Liverpool actually undefeated in the last 34 matches in the Premier League. But Leicester also undefeated in the last 11 matches at home, so decent opposition there. Leicester coming into 12-5 to win this one. 21-20 for Liverpool. 27-10 is the draw. This one's a big one. Hopefully you guys are ready to take your picks on this one. What you guys got for me on this one? Let's kick it off. We're going to kick it all off. We're going back a little bit. Aston Villa Seal says, at Landon Harpin says, 5-0 win for Manchester. That's something else. That's completely different. Infinity Pilot with a 5-1 win for Manchester, for Liverpool over Leicester City. Fizzy Gamer with a 2-1 win for Liverpool. Ree with a 4-2 win for Leicester. Aston Villa Seal playing catch up with a 5-0 win for the Toon over Manchester United. Landon Harper with a 2-1 win. It looks like he's going with Leicester on this one. Fizzy Gamer's going with a 2-1 win for Liverpool. We get that, sunshine. Landon Harpin's gone with a victory for Liverpool. That 2-1 in the end. Chela with a 3-3 draw. Fonzie Mujala with a 4-0 win for Liverpool. Landon Harper with a 2-1 win as well. Holo Vlogs 2-1 win for Leicester. Daxi plays 2-1 to LFC. And you can say my name as Danny and you can shout me out. Will mean a lot. Okay, Danny plays, or Danny, 2-1 win for LFC. That means Liverpool, right? Nasri with a 2-1 win for Liverpool as well. Pamela Bircham has gone with a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Jack Harvey with a 2-1 win for the Reds. Mythic Gamer 4-2. And he also says, sub to my channel, so go check it out. Shepard with a 2-0 win for Liverpool. Aston Villa Seal, 2-1 win for Liverpool. Fizzy Gamer 2-1 win. Marty Owen with 3-2 win. Goodness gracious me, for Leicester City. For me, I'm actually going to go with a 2-2 draw. That's right. A bit of a controversy on that one. We'll have a look at what Cass the Cat's got up her sleeve in just a second. We're going to wrap it all up with a match that takes place on the 27th. Now, we'll talk about a little bit more about this match in just a second, because it has repercussions for the next live stream, which will be on the 26th. It won't be on the 27th. So we'll go into the next set of predictions with this game yet to take place. But hopefully you can still participate and get along with it. Anyway, let's take a look at the Wolves game up against Manchester City. Now, these two sides duke it out over the past few years. 2 wins for Wolves, 3 wins for Manchester City, and 1 draw along the way. This match last season ended up as a 2-0 win for... no, it didn't. No, it didn't. It ended up as a 1-1 draw. That's what it did. Back in August 2018, Willy Boley with a goal for Wolves. Lapotre getting the equaliser from Cluster. Manchester City, though, on the flip side. Back-to-back wins for them at the moment. 3 wins out of 4 for them. Not too shabby. And a win for them. Could see them leapfrog Leicester, because obviously they're taking on Liverpool this is coming up on Boxing Day as well. Bookmakers odds on this one. This is taking place on the 27th. 7-1 for the Wolves. 38-100 on for Manchester City. 4-1. The draw. A win for Wolves, who are down in 6th spot at the moment. Could see them rise to 5th above Sheffield United. And they are doing well as well. Just one blip up for them the past 6. However, if you want to take a look at it in a bit more different numbers, 2 wins out of the past 5 for Wolves on this one. So let's have a look at what you guys got going on in the chat skis. And then we'll plough through Cass's predictions. And then hopefully I'll get in touch just in time for my Rovers game. There's no questions to be asked at the end of this one. Infinity Pilo's gone with an 3-2 win for Manchester City, 2-1 win for Liverpool. That's Aston Villa's Seals prediction on that game. Holo Vlogs with a 3-1 win for Manchester City. Jersey Boys saying, okay, what's he saying? Ree's gone with a 4-1 win for Manchester City. Sheffield with a 2-1 win for Wolves. Landon Harper, he looks like a Wolves fan. 1-1 draw in the end. Jersey Boy with a 1-1 draw as well. Fons Zubajala with a 2-1 win for Wolves. I think Wolves will get something out of this one. If I had to pick a score, it's 2-2. Chelar is going with a 2-2 draw. Jack Harvey with a 1-1 draw. Nasri with a 2-1 win for Wolves. Mythic Gamer with a 2-1 win for Wolves as well. Aston Villa Seal 5-0 win for Manchester City. Pamela Bircham with a 4-2 win for Manchester City. Marty Owen with a 2-1 win for Wolves. And they're all having a little bit of banter going on in there in the chat. I'm not getting involved in whatever all that's going on about. So a lot of you guys are going with City, a couple of you guys are going with Wolves. For me, I'm going with a 2-1 win. Surprise, surprise. For Wolverhampton Wanderers. I've got to go for it here. Dominic Michaels with a 2-2 draw. Promise Fabian with a 2-1 win for Manchester City. So while we are still chatting amongst us, we're going to let Cass the Cat do a thing. Now, these simulations take about 30 seconds. So Chelsea up against Southampton. We've already got your picks in there. You can't go back, but we'll take a little look at what Cass has got up her sleeve on this one. Hopefully I can see what's going on. So Cass is already going with a nice early goal for Chelsea on this one. I actually went with a 3-1 win on this one. So Cass is going. Oh, look at that. 2 goals in quick succession. This one's a bit of a close encounter. Is there going to be a winner? Is there going to be a winner? It's going for Chelsea. Right at the death. Right at the death. Or is there anything else up her sleeve? Yeah, 5-3 win for Chelsea. Goals galore in this one in the end. So, yeah, Chelsea picking up the win. What else you got for us, Cass? Get to the next game up. Hurry up, will you? Aston Villa against Norwich. So, what's Cass got up? Obviously, yellow and green is Norwich, and then the claret and blue is Villa. Villa with a nice early lead, 2-0 on this bad boy. So we're going to do this tomorrow for the FA Cup. We're going to do the whole 32 games on a 2-hour live stream. So make sure you check that out. The details are on the whatchamacallit. So make sure you check that sucker out. Going with Villa here. Oh, a cheeky little rebound shot there. 3-1 for Villa. I actually went with a 2-1 win for Villa. Just decided me in the end. Where do I see Man United going? Could they get to the playoffs? What playoffs? What playoffs are you on about? Where do you see Man U going? I have no idea. I have no idea where I see. I see Man United not getting into Europe at this rate. They need to sort their stuff out. Crystal Palace up against West Ham here. Cass, what she got up her sleeve? Well, we'll take a little look. So yes, tomorrow, Christmas Eve, we'll do this all for the FA Cup games, all of them. So if you're a Flid fan, a Fly fan, or whatever it is, if you're a Hartlepool fan or whatever, we're gonna get a bit of action, a bit of drama for you. Bring your popcorn. Look at this, Crystal Palace, 5-1 winners. That's what Cass is going for in the end on this one. Pick that one out of the net, she says. So Everton up against some 6-fingered freakazoids. Come on, Everton. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got up your sleeve. So Cass thinks Ancelotti will get off to a nice early goal. We shall see, shall we? Yep. Oh no, them freaks. Actually party poopers. 4-1. He's absolutely pissing all over them. Burnley to score 5 goals. This game's corrupt. This game is corrupt. Look at that. If that was the case, Ancelotti will be I don't know, he'd be hated. He'd be hated amongst the Toffee fans. 5-1 loss to Burnley. Get out of town. Anyway, this is just a demo. We're going to hopefully see more of this in 2020. Manchester United against Newcastle. Shepherd. Okay, so if you're thinking top 6, I'd say they've got a chance to get into Europe, but they need to get the transfer activity sorted out. They probably need to get rid of Solskjaer. There are better coaches, better managers out there and available, and they should look to try and gobble one of them up. Cass is going for a ball draw here. That one's off the line. Not happening. 5 balls left. Anything left, Cass? You got anything left in your ticket? This one's going to be goalless. Ball draw in the end for Manchester United. Leicester City against Liverpool. Here we go. This is the one they've all been waiting for. Hopefully Rovers don't score in the next couple of minutes because we're still live. We're still live. I've got to get my TV on. I've got to get ready. I've got to get the coffee on. Guys, you stupid YouTube and the technicalities. But yes, hopefully you've enjoyed this little live stream. Make sure you bang the subscribe button, bang the thumbs up. We'll be back tomorrow, or we'll actually be back later on with the Championship Prediction Show for the Boxing Day games. I'll have them on here. I don't know if I'm going to do casts for that because it takes a bit of prep time. I've got to get all the teams loaded up, and I've got all sorts of other stuff. Here's rubbish. So, Cass thinks Liverpool will pick up the victory against Leicester, 2-1 in the end. I actually went with a 2-2 draw on this one. And Wolves against Manchester City, this is the last one. And then we can wrap this baby up. And we'll do it all again. We'll do it all again tomorrow for the FA Cup. Look at this, 2-0 win, 2-0 lead for Manchester City. Doesn't look like it's going to be a Wolves winner. Green there. So you like heading into the Boxing Day or the 20 but until then, make sure you bang the thumbs up, bang the subscribe button. I'll be back very, very soon for another live show later on. Championship, come join me if you're not too bored. But in then, I'm going to let you get out of here. Enjoy your Boxing Day, Merry Christmas and all that kind of good stuff. I'll see you very, very soon. Until then, I'm going to roll out the outro and get the Rovers on. Come on, Rovers! Bring on. Thanks for watching. I'm about to keep you bang up to date. All things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.